Yeah, do. Hope everybody's having a happy Monday. Without any further ado, let me go ahead and kill this. I don't need to hear no music. As you can see tonight, man, we gonna be. I like telling you this title. I just saw it. It just popped up on my screen. The benefits of a side piece. Then I just want to talk about the side piece, the benefits, the non-benefits, how you know if you got in trouble. I just want to know all the tea. But one thing I ain't gonna be asking my co-host, and she ain't gonna be asking me, have we ever been a side piece? And we ain't here to talk about that. We just want to hear what y'all talk about, think about the side piece. Without any further ado, let me go ahead and bring myself up in here and then bring us both on the stage. And without any further ado, what it do, y'all. I am in another location, baby. I'm in parts unknown. I'm between where I used to live and where I'm not living. And actually, where I am is where let me move it here over here, man. Well, I don't care, y'all. But I'm actually where I used to live and still kind of live. But I came out here, man, because my lighting inside is kind of crazy. But we got 9 real homies in the crib, and I am your boy Rod. Sometimes the host that does the most. Without any further ado, let me bring my co-host up here, man. This ain't no solo show. What it do? Tell you what it do,
What it do? What it do? What's up, Rod?
Oh man, I don't know, man. I'm celebrating birthday, moving without a U-Haul and
moving without a U-Haul.
Yeah, man. I'm starting over, so I'm moving. I'm moving in this. This my U-Haul behind me, y'all. This my
Lord car. Have mercy.
For real, man.
How far are you driving for that to be your U-Haul?
I calculated it yesterday, y'all. I hate change. Anybody that know me, I hate change. I live 2 minutes and 37 seconds from where I used to live. That's how far I moved.
Oh.
In a car driving.
Damn, you in the same neighborhood then.
That's what I wanted. I can go down to the main street. I got my primary bank, which was a challenge credit bank. I have an account with Bank of America, Chase, Wells Fargo's down there, Kroger. Everything I need is right there, man. So I wasn't moving. Not far. Okay. But it's been good. It's been good. I had a good birthday, man. First time in 40 years that I didn't drink on my birthday. I think 39, 40, something like that. But
okay. Now so you heard about that new drink or liquid they got where it give you the effects of that you've been drinking without you actually drinking. Like there's no alcohol in there. I don't know what the heck they put in there.
No, man, I'm telling you what happened. This is what happened. Tell you, if I tried it, and then they go do something and find out I did it, man. They gonna be like, hey, we don't know what you're doing and how you doing it, but some kind of way you got some alcohol in your system. So I like it, man. I like it. You know, it's cool. I was able to just jump in my car at 9 o'clock, not call an Uber, not worrying about being over the legal limits. So it was cool to me.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I got me a $30 steak, man. Life was good. Then the next day, my boy took me out to eat some Italian, and
so the folks you ate good. Your friends fed you good. Okay.
Yeah. Then I moved, and then I ain't had no electricity. It's just been a wild and woolly weekend, but I'm above ground, man. So I'm thankful to be here, and want to talk about these side pieces, man. I think I'm ready.
Yeah.
I think I'm ready tonight, man. And for inquiring minds, I am your boy Rod, and this is the Point Blank Experience. We also are multicasting. I have my sister here, Tanya, also known as T from Event Yours and TNT Connect. Man, her and Pretty Timid doing it big over there. And so far, man, we've talked about the big mamas. We done talked about cruises and all inclusive resorts. And tonight we're going to talk about, I guess, a little extra luggage.
Sad piece. I left home.
Hey, what do you say? I get it from a daddy. Hey, I can really say that, but I ain't got no side pieces. I ain't never been no. Well, I don't know if I have, but that don't matter. But I know I ain't got none. Don't want none. It's too much work, man. It's too much work.
I think all of us through our life at some point we might have been a side piece, but unknowingly so. That's just the way it is sometimes.
Well, if I was going to be I think I would have knew if I was a side piece.
Why would you say that?
Because it'd have been them red flags, man. You know, you call and they don't.
No, hold on. We gonna get there. We gonna get there because we first we need to say hey to folks that's in the chat.
All right, let me pull
You
it up.
got guests in the chat. You got to say,
I'm
hey,
sorry,
first.
man. I forgot. I'm just so happy to talk about the topic, man. Especially when Tanya come up with it, and I ain't got to do no work. I'd be excited. But hey, we got House of X in the house. Says, hey, event yours.
What's
We
up,
got
House of X?
Jaden says hello. And we got
Hey,
Amelia
Jaden.
Crib says blessings. We
What's
got
up,
Wiley
Amelia?
Motivate says good
Why
evening.
loves?
We got the mighty Nightbot said become a spirit member over on Tanya's channel. Speaking of which, I am starting memberships. I actually was ready to launch today, and then I decided I needed to change some of the perks because I didn't do it right. So when I did that, now it's in review again. So we are.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot of crazy stuff that happened to me, and y'all, if you're a channel member, not on Points Blank Travel, you're gonna have to be a channel member on the Points Blank Experience. I don't know why, y'all, and man, but they offered me something to create a membership. Tanya, they offered me. I don't
Really?
know. I guess because I'm seeing ducks and getting attacked by pit bulls, they figure they can capitalize off me. Oh no, but we got Kim Dean says, "Good evening. What's up, Kim? How
Hey,
you
Kim.
doing?" And y'all, anything from Nightbot, y'all please check those out. That is from Tanya's channel. She has merch. She's doing cruises. She got spirit memberships. Hello, happy Monday. Happy birthday, Rod. Thank you a million. Said
Hello.
more life to you. Yeah. Why loves is laughing. I don't even know, man. It's gonna be a lot of laughing tonight. Hey, on the go with YOLO. And then we got hey, y'all I ain't gonna repeat the speaks now. House of X been a member of Tanya's channel for 15 months. Says yes.
Yep.
Yeah, me see, we got Sig in the house. Said hello, y'all.
Hey,
This is
Sig.
quite a topic. Oh yeah, we ain't even started yet. And we
Hey,
got
Shay.
Shades Adventures. What's going on? Says, hey, tell you Rod what it do. And we got Denise says, I caught it live. Yep, we in full effect. So we just said hello to everybody. Boy, I rushed it because I'm ready to. I just
Ready
want
to
to.
jump in the time.
I just want to see who man, there's some songs out there. I ain't gonna even say I gotta see what Tanya gonna ask because there's some songs out there that talked about it back in the day. You know, who's making love to your old lady while you out making love, and I ain't
There's
understand the
been,
word.
and you know, there's been a lot of songs. But first, what is a side piece?
Well,
Because I think everybody and folks in the chat, you answer too. But what is a side piece? Because I
well,
think
I
everybody
ain't got. I'm like pretty Timmy. I ain't got but one job on this show, and that's kind of to get the definition. Timmy cut the wheels. I get the definition. We really like formally said that. That's just what I, said. That's what I'm gonna do. And we don't script this, y'all. But now in Rod's world, a side
right.
piece is what it is. It's a piece on the side. I ain't got time for these long Webster definitions. But according to AI on Google, it says the term side piece generally refers to someone involved in a romantic or sexual relationship with a person already in a committed relationship. This implies a lack of commitment and often a degree of secrecy surrounding the relationship with the side piece.
Now, if you ask some of these side pieces who are professional side pieces, because there are some people that's all they want to be is a side piece. They may have a different definition because some of them think that a side piece is equal to a mistress, right? Or a sugar daddy or whatever the case is. Because some folk want benefits, right? They want benefits that actually come with the side piece. Now, there's different benefits. You get the person who has the side piece. The benefit is all of the things that they don't have to put up with at home, right? So I've heard some I've heard some I've heard some that are like, hey, um, if it's noisy at home, it's quiet over there. If she's doing this over here, or if he ain't doing this over here, I'm going over there to get it. And it's almost like the side piece is like a figment of your imagination because that person always gets the best side of you because there's no responsibility, there's no commitment, they don't have to. You see them every once in a while, so they always look good, right? Always smell good, always got the energy up, always got their social battery ready, always thinking about things to do, right? Whereas the person that you are with 7 days a week, 365 days a year, 24 hours a day, you're actually going through life with that person. So that person see your ups, your downs, your good, your bad, your highs, your lows, when you're boring, when you're exciting, when you're giving sex, when you're lacking sex, and when you're stinking, when you smell good, and all that stuff. So I just think there's different variations of what a side piece, and I actually think that there's a difference between the side chicks and side dudes. I actually think that.
Yeah, that's a good point. And I'm going backwards, and I'll take the side dudes and the side chicks last. I think there may be a difference as well. I don't know why, but I think there is. Y'all, I'm sorry about this horn. I'm probably gonna relocate momentarily. I didn't even know this car worked, and just because I'm going live, I'm serious. I ain't even seen this car move in a year. Now all of a sudden I'm live, and it's the horn blowing, and ain't nobody even touched it. But anyway, so I agree with you with the side pieces, and that woman or that man that's there for 365, 24/7. And I'm not talking about you're around each other all day, because you're going to go to work, they're going to go to work, you may hang out with the boys, all that good stuff. But when it comes to the side piece, I think because it's excuse me, I'm talking from a male perspective, but I think because it's new booty, you get a little more attention until you become old news. And then, in my opinion, I don't know about y'all, but I've seen more side pieces act the fool than I have the person that's permanently there.
Okay, now, okay, but is it usually side chicks or side dudes you've seen act the fool? And in the chat, I want y'all to chime in on this too, because what I've seen, this is just my experience of seeing, is that most of I guess because women are emotional creatures, they tend to spaz out. Hey, TJ, they tend to spaz out. And the guys tend to be like, I got the best of both worlds. I ain't got no commitment. I ain't got nothing. It is less likely that the guy, unless you just put it on him so good that he acting the damn fool. And that happens too. Okay, exactly. See, why I love said it. Usually the woman act the damn fool.
And that's what I was going to say. Is it the woman that's the side piece, or is it the woman who's with the man?
No, the woman that's the side piece. Because that's why I say, what is a side piece? And then you'll probably get side pieces telling you their own definition of what it should be. You get some side pieces that are like, look, I'm just trying to hook up every now and again because I just need a little something. I don't even want no money from you. I don't need you paying nothing. If you do, that's all fine and dandy. I'm just here to do a good time. Like Cardi B, I'm outside. Okay, like she just outside. And she just got somebody who she can go to and not be a hoe. This is my one person that I'm going to do this with. And he can go do whatever with his wife or whatever. Not a problem. But then you get some side pieces who feel like, well, if I'm doing this and I can't have you the way your spouse has you, then I'm going to need you to pay for this. I'm going to need you to pay for this. In other words, I need you to give me some hush money. I need something. But usually those are the side pieces when the guy usually tells the other one that they can't see nobody else. That's what I've seen, is that if you tell them, look, you got a whole family at the house and you trying to tell me I can't go see anybody, well, then you need to pay me to keep me here without going elsewhere, because there's things I want. There's things I need. And if you want me to be exclusive, then you need to, take care of me like you supposed to.
Well, Tanya, it ain't no amount of money that's going to keep me quiet or nothing. If you got a whole family over there, you got a whole family. You got a live-in husband. I ain't worried about no kids and all that, but you got a live-in husband, and you expect me, the backup quarterback, to not have nobody, but you got two and I got one. I ain't even got one. You got 1.5 and I got a half.
Right.
And you no.
So you would sing like a canary? Rod?
I ain't gonna sing like no. I'm gonna leave like a canary. I'm gonna fly out the cage. I'm leaving.
Oh, okay, okay.
No, I ain't gotta sing. They live happily ever after for whatever they were doing before I came along. But I'm not gonna be sitting there talking about I got restrictions. But obviously you ain't got none because you kicking it with me. That's why I disagree with AI talking about usually a side piece is messing with someone in a committed relationship. Well, how committed is it if they over there messing with the other person?
Right, right.
But no, man, Rod, I ain't know. But I think the side pieces, and I ain't gonna say it started. I just happen to be in 2025 along with the rest of y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I think side pieces now are demanding more. I mean, I think it's a negotiating table with the side piece. They like, ain't none of this here. I'm gonna see you when I want to see you, and I'm gonna be over there Friday night. We're gonna order pizza and watch the Dukes of Hazzard. That was maybe in '83 or something, but in 2025, hey, I'm on my way. Can you cash out me some money for gas? I need a full tank, even though I ain't driving, but 3 blocks.
Cash app, they ain't even selling folks. See, that's when you. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna let you finish and then go. I'm
gonna make it short though. But then the menu ain't gonna be no damn pizza. Hey, can you what you call that? Uber Eats us some steak. And then next thing you know, some wine. And we ain't watching Dukes Hazzard. I need you to don't even get nothing for Netflix. I'll pick something when I get there. They gonna definitely pick a movie that costs some money. Ain't gonna be none of them free movies. And before you know it, your side piece is costing more than your crib.
Especially with that damn look. And then they losing money with that damn Cash App rate. They ain't even got Zelle, Rod.
Man, I don't know. I ain't no side piece dude, but I don't even know how to use Zelle. But when I use anything to send money that ain't crypto, I'm using Cash App. I can't even do that now because I put a temporary card in there. Now I can't put the real card in there. But man, I tell you, I think that's why they taxing because see this Cash App and Zelle gonna be next. That's how all the side piece transactions going down.
You think so?
Yeah.
So they don't have bank accounts.
See what happened? No, what happened? What used to happen was, y'all. I read this while I was preparing for this. I don't know nothing about this, but what used to happen was people would have to go to the dudes. I can't speak for the dude would go to the ATM and have to think of a lie while he pulling out this $150. Though ain't none of my friends about to drink no $150 of my money, so I can't use that one. So then when they take out $150, I don't know how it always happened, but the real woman always find the receipt, the ATM receipt. Hey, so you want to tell me what you did with this $150? But you better be done had a lie already put together because you ain't gonna be able to think quick enough. So now you got this new vehicle called Cash App. You ain't got to go to the ATM. And then who you sending it to ain't even probably the real name. You could be sending it to Mary Smith, and it might say "Clowns Are Us." you know, and then you got to put that little subject line in there. Tell you, then they just put a clown face,
or put a clown in there,
or a mop, whatever.
Okay, so it's Cash App. So how much are they sending in that Cash App, bro?
I don't know. It depends, man.
Don't say $40 either.
No, I think it's probably a little more than that. I remember once upon a time in the world of Rod, somebody reached out to me and asked me if I had some roses.
Roses?
Yeah, that's what I said. I said, this ain't no damn flowers.com. Whatever. I'm not doing roses. I mean, why would I have some roses just sitting around? And then probably a minute later, because I wasn't about to entertain this too long. Hey, we need to hook up, but I just got to make sure you got some roses. Like, man, why you keep asking me about some damn I ain't got no roses. I said, well, and then roses equal money.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I ain't never heard of that, though. Well, maybe I'm just too old to be. I ain't in the. Well, I put it this way.
Well, I guess I'm too old either because I ain't know either. Tanya had.
I'm not in the streets. Okay, I'm not in the streets, so I don't know those terms.
I said, well, how many roses do it take to hang out? They said take 120 roses. So I figured it was $120. I don't know, man.
Not how many roses.
Well, you got to inquire, man. That's how you find out stuff.
If I'm unknowingly side piece with someone, yeah, I'm dating other folks. Exactly. And but then you get the side pieces that are being taken care of. TJ said not cash apping anybody. That's right, TJ. God dog it. All them things be getting hacked and everything. I don't blame you. Be like, and first off, why you cash apping somebody that ain't got Zelle or don't have Venmo or some that's a little more reputable than Cash App? I'm sorry. I just look at Cash App like you don't have no bank account.
No, you got a bank account. You just don't want to use your bank account.
No. I'm talking about the person receiving the money.
Oh, I don't want them to have one. That way you. Well, I see what you're saying, but I ain't gonna Western Union for a side piece. I mean, that's how it would have been back in the day. But now my question is, we talk. How do a side piece even come about? I mean, they don't just pop up, poof. This dude, somebody be going on.
Let me tell you something. You a man. Why are you sitting over there? First of all, what the comments saying? Because
I'm pulling them up. They ain't saying nothing.
Okay.
These people, I think somebody's scared to say something. I think people scared to say something. They might slip up.
Oh, okay. They might be in the bushes. They probably in the bushes. My thing is, it's no different than, if a guy is cheating with somebody. It could be a one night stand. It's the same way. The only difference is the side piece isn't expecting anything. So, if you know that this person is someone, it was good. First off, it got to be good to come back. Okay.
Well, how'd you get there in the first place?
This is what I've seen. Most guys are gonna come back and keep you around if they know that you're gonna keep your mouth shut. That means you're gonna play your role. That he can access it whenever it's feasible, and he ain't got to worry about you being all up in his business, right?
And you do,
right? But that's what I'm saying. But that's usually when they get the side piece. Now, the problem is some men don't have a level of discernment to know who they can do that with. So then they end up going, because usually the good ones, and I don't know, you let some of the guys tell it. Some of the guys tell it, and they just say, why do those ghetto heifers that ain't got a daggone dime to their name and just whatever, they always got the good stuff. Like they can't stay away from them.
Because they got all day to practice working it.
Well, that's true. Well, look, that's true. Because just like what Jody said, she said, Jody ain't got no job. He said, look, exactly. So if Jody ain't got no job, Jody ain't got to work on nothing but pleasing, right? If he pleasing somebody, then he ain't got to worry about nothing. He ain't working. So all he doing is working on pleasing. So then, of course, he is somebody's side piece. And he's probably a couple of he's probably the side piece of a couple of people. Okay.
Well, see, I think the old side pieces, like when we talk about the Big Mama, our last segment, when we talk about the Big Mama era side pieces, they were different. They may have been quiet, but these New Jack City side pieces, they quiet until they get mad. Okay, if this year's rate for being a side piece equals up to 6,000, next year's rate might be 7,000.
You said the rate?
Yeah, the rate. The going rate. And then when you ain't ready to up the agreement. So what I would do if I was in the side piece business, not
okay, no. Are you okay? The example you giving, are you the side piece or you getting the side?
No, I'm gonna be the side piece.
Oh, okay.
I ain't gonna be. I'm gonna be the dude that ain't. I ain't gonna be the side piece. I ain't gonna have no woman in there. I'm gonna have somebody in there. Have somebody over there. If this scenario, I ain't gonna do it at all. But this is the scenario. I recommend you not be trying to like get no Olympic medal with your side piece, because that's how you get in trouble from the get go. And what I mean by that, don't be trying to go over there and do all this stuff you done seen on Tubi and walk in the door with all this crazy stuff. What I would do, this is what I recommend: 3 strokes. And get up, stand up and stretch real long. And I guarantee you ain't got to worry about seeing your side piece no more.
Wait a minute. So wait. Two things. Two things. One, you keep every time we on this damn live, you keep talking about Tubi. I'm gonna have to ask my husband. Rod keeps saying some shit about Tubi. What is Tubi? What is on there? Is that like? Is it like soft porn or
It
something
ain't
like
worth a
what?
damn now because I done watched all the movies, so I'm waiting on the
Lord
next
have
upload.
mercy. And then second thing, what you mean 3 strokes and get up and stretch?
You gonna be done. You gonna
Okay.
be done.
So you saying yeah, because obviously no, because that might not be what she there for.
What's she there for?
Oh look. So let's talk about why people either become side pieces knowingly or they take on side pieces.
And I'm gonna be maneuvering. Keep on. I'm gonna still be here. I'm just gonna have my avatar up because my house is like hurricane hit it or something. I can hear you though. Keep going.
You said a hurricane hit it.
Well, not the one I'm living, but one I'm leaving.
Oh, okay.
I don't care about that play.
So side pieces who, if you're gonna be a side piece, then they gotta be something in it for you, right? So not everybody has a purpose. Some people are in it for the money. Usually it's one or two things. Money, well, no, three. Money, sex, or clout. Okay. And clout could just be I'm around you because everybody else knows you. And so I'm going to get my benefit that way. Second one is money. That means, hey, I'm getting some bills paid, or I have my own bills. I just need somebody to get my bags. I need somebody to get me my wants, not my needs, because I can handle my needs. I'm going to get my wants. Then you got someone who just wants sex because maybe, stuff ain't happening. And so that's what they want. Now, I don't know with the men or women in the audience, but if you was a side piece, I'm curious to know between the women and the men, if you were knowingly a side piece, what would be, and I didn't say you would be, I said, if you, this is the hypothetical, if you were a side piece, what would be your expectation? Like, what is your criteria of being a side piece with that individual, whether you're a man or a woman? Because I'm curious, because my next thing I want to talk about is what's the difference between the two. Okay, what's the difference between a man, a person, a woman in a relationship dipping out and getting a male side piece, and a male person in a relationship dipping out and getting a side piece? And then also, how does the female, if you're a female, what are you expecting as a side piece? And as a male, what are you expecting as a side piece? Because what I've seen over just my life or whatever, I've just noticed that they expect different things. And some a little more needy than others. And then, now I don't know how the side pieces are today, because I'm of an older age. So I'm not in the, the dating arena or younger or whatever, where most likely things like that will happen. Right now I'm at a point where, I'm married, right? So my whole thing is, I'm not a side piece. I don't have a side piece. There's no need for me to have a side piece because my needs are met at the house. But there are people who are younger who have side piece relationships because, they're either in a relationship and they have a side piece. And then you also get the married people that may have a side piece. But see, those are the ones that's a little dangerous. So I'm just looking in the comments to see if anybody answered that question there. Hey, Edna, how you doing, Edna?
Sorry about that, Tanya. It took a little longer, and I heard everything you were saying, and I think that those were some great points. What do you expect as a side piece, male or female? Like, in my opinion, you can't expect much. You can, but you shouldn't expect much because you're something on the side. Look at it at a restaurant perspective. The main course costs the most money. The side dish, if you go a la carte, it's going to be a fraction of what the main dish costs. So if you're the main thing or you the side piece, you can't expect to get everything the main thing get. And then I'm asked, why don't you have your own main thing? Why you want to be a side? And I know some people say because of commitment, because there ain't no good guys out there. I don't have to deal with him every day, blah, blah, blah. And if you're a man, why would, if I was in the side piece business, which I'm not, but if I was going to be a side piece, I'm going to be like that song used to say, he can love you down. I'm just going to beat it up. That's all I expect to do. I ain't trying to be in love with you. I ain't trying to go to the movies with you. I ain't trying to do, because that ain't no side piece. That now you trying to be what she already don't want.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's just my take though.
To a TJ says, if I was a side piece, I would want some free cruises.
And that's not see, and that's what it is. A side piece.
TJ said you got to pay for my recreational activities.
And that's what I do.
That's what he's saying.
A lot of now I'm just saying this is what I've heard. I don't know the real, but like TJ said, if he was a side piece, he want free cruises. Now, some female side pieces want gifts. I'm not saying money in exchange for sexual favors. I'm talking about gifts, a watch, or for no reason, a purse, a trip. What happened when the guy decide piece? Hey, baby, hey. I know I'm the side piece, but you think you can give me a new Louis wallet? Man, you ain't pimping me.
Well, see, okay. So let's talk about that. At the end of the day, it is transactional. Mm-hmm. And some people say that if you're a wife, you are a hoe. That's what they say.
Really?
That if you're a wife, I'm just saying, some people say that because if you're married, you know, your husband is taking, well, in some instances, that's not everybody, ain't 100%. Wild Love said that's some ghetto nasty. Tubi is ghetto and nasty. Which means I probably might want to look at it, Wild Loves, and just get a good laugh out of it.
It's a good laugh.
But my brother-in-law, my sister's husband, watches Tubi, and he be like, "Look at this doggone stuff," and I come over there and look. I be like, "What the hell are y'all watching?" I just leave out the room. I'm like, "Come on, it's the middle of the day. Why is it taking all of that?" But anyway, I forgot what I was saying. That damn, she said something about Tubi. It threw me off. You know, they say that if you're a wife, then you are getting paid. You know, the better your stuff is, the more well kept you are. You know, that sort of thing. You know, I don't know if that's true or not, because I don't know the other side. Because I'm good and hubby good. So I'm just saying.
And you know, that's another thing. So I heard you say earlier that the guy go back to the side piece if it was good, but how you know it was good from the beginning? You got X-ray vision? You got a I don't even know how to a good blank monitor in your purse. I mean, a man in your wallet or in your car or in your trunk. How you know it's good? You risking, you about to roll the dice of your entire family on something that might not even be good.
But you get some men that do it all the time, and they not even trying to keep the woman as a side piece. It could be a hit it and quit it. It was good this one time and be done. But then if they don't know who they doing it to, she come pop up because she want to be around. So just saying.
I know my daddy was a side piece professional. He wasn't the side piece. He had these side pieces.
These side pieces.
He had a whole chess set going on. But at his home going, and for those in the back that don't know what that is, at his funeral, he had one of his old side piece asking me, did he have some pictures of her? And I don't know. I don't care.
Did she want them?
Yeah, she said, well, if y'all come across them, I'd like to have them back. I said, well, I guarantee you I ain't going to come across them because I'm not going to. I promise, Tanya. And this was a side piece. This was like a 30-year side piece.
Oh, no, that wasn't no.
Okay, they broke up and went back and broke up and went back. But
yeah, but see, that was a whole but that was a whole relationship. That was a whole nother relationship. And I guarantee you he paid some bills. I guarantee you he did all of that for her to be the 30-year one.
Well, he better not, because he only gave me $20 to go to college for a whole week.
Ooh.
So she probably got the rest of my money. Hey, why?
Hey, guess what that meant? Guess what that meant? That mean she had that good. That's what that meant. She had that good. That's why. That's why. She had that good. Let me tell you something. I don't care what nobody say. Y'all could come for me in the chat. I think there's probably only one male in the chat tonight, and that's T. Oh, we got Bill in the house. Hey, Bill, how you doing? Warm, strong adventures. You know, you do realize, and you a man, and I don't know whether you're gonna admit it or deny it, but men, everything that men do is for a woman. And I'm not just talking about a woman, I'm talking about some good. At the end of the day, everything that a man does is for some good. They go out and get these jobs to make money because they feel like the more money you got, the more access you got to the good. If you y'all wash y'all tail, y'all smell good for the women. Because trust me, if there was no women on this earth, y'all wouldn't take no bath. Y'all wouldn't be worried about all of that. And don't say, oh, I wash up for myself. Stop lying. Because I guarantee you, if you get a man, a bachelor, who is in the house and he not having contact with no woman at all, he will probably lay in that daggone bed or in his house for a whole weekend without taking no shower. Them damn nuts is stuck together.
Oh man.
Together, mushed up, stinking, musty, whatever. And the only time he gonna wash up when he about to leave that house.
Woo, I'm laughing, man.
If I'm lying, gentlemen in the comments, please just put a number 2 if I'm lying. I mean a thumbs down if I'm lying. And they ain't gonna admit it. They ain't gonna respond. But that's just how it is. But let's talk about these.
I'm gonna be the first one to say, man, I gotta agree with you. You know, I'm talking about the laying in the house, and you know, I don't know about nothing stuck together like a mayonnaise sandwich or nothing, but you know, but you're right though, man. I ain't never thought of that. You know, hell. But then when you really get to know your mate, you might do that too, though. And it's some good right there.
Yeah, because you be like, we ain't doing nothing tonight. I don't need to take no shower. I'll take it in the morning. That happens, right? And then you get them nasty heifers that don't matter. You could be musty, stinking, sweaty, and they still want it. It's like,
you're right, because I remember the first time I heard about some Red Wings, I thought it was like being a pilot or something.
You said Red Wings.
Tanya, I forgot you from New York, man. You need to go to the for real South. You ain't never heard
of Red Wings? I'm in Georgia. How damn South is gonna get?
Well, yeah, but you might need to go some deeper or something. You ain't never heard of Red Wings?
What's Red Wings? Like you eat Red Wings?
Yeah, you eating some Red Wings.
Oh, wait. Okay, wait. What's the Red Wings?
Hey, anybody, I ain't gonna say it because I'm always the bad guy. If y'all don't know, then I'll say it. But if anybody in the chat know what Red Wings are, then do it. But the reason I brought it up because that good will make you do some things that you think you wouldn't. Like get your
okay. I just got a thought in my head of what Red Wings is. What's Red Wings, Rod?
Red Wings is when you decide, I got to be PC with this, when you decide to have oral sex with a woman while she's on her cycle.
Ooh, that's some nasty shit.
Not if you good. If you good. If you good.
Oh, that's so nasty.
Tell you, if you good, you ain't gonna touch no blood.
La.
Yeah. Hey, I never thought I'd see the day where I shut Tanya down.
I don't know how you was PC with that damn comment. That was not PC at all.
I'm just saying. Okay, it's people out there. Now you ain't gonna find too many people that admit it. But it's a lot of people out there that do it.
Who's a lot of people?
I remember in my hometown.
See, that's them Arkansas folks. See?
Well, it ain't just Arkansas, but I remember my hometown. You wasn't gonna be nobody friend when I was growing up in like the 11th grade, 12th grade. You ain't gonna have no male friends if you went down. None. You better not tell nobody.
Let me tell you something. I don't care. That's some nasty.
Hey man, but let's get back. Hey, I'm just telling you, the one brought up the good. I just said
okay, but I mean, like, dang, I mean, you can't wait 7 days. I'm just saying.
Well, no, what they gonna do is go get another side piece. Then they gonna have a side piece to the side piece.
Look, no, If I'm gonna tell you something, if you get a side piece who feel like that's a requirement, tell them go on and keep it moving.
It don't be no requirement. 9 times out of 10, the side piece or the regular piece or the whatever piece don't even want that.
Yeah.
They don't. It's just the dude be so caught up in the game, but a good, he the one over here.
Now you can do other things, but you doing.
You can do all the other things in the world. You can go buy a machine, a doll, a damn AI robot, and whatever else you want to buy. It don't nothing compare to nothing that's real.
So what is
I like what Shay said.
Red Wings equals last first kid or a Dracula snack.
What's a Dracula? Oh, Dracula snack.
A Dracula snack.
No, they call them brown wings.
Dracula snack is. Ooh.
I don't even know what the hell a Dracula
snack is,
man. I don't even know.
That's your Navy. No. That's your Navy folks. See that?
Man, how you putting all this on Navy and me? I ain't did none of this.
It's that Navy folk because you bought it up.
I ain't did none of this.
You bought it up. You bought it up. Oh my Lord.
I heard.
So what I'm hearing is benefits of a side piece is money, sex, like sexual exploration is what I'm hearing. I'm just gonna put it that exploration and clout. Being able to be with somebody because they are somebody and you're just on their arm. Hey, Keisha, boo, I'm gonna let you know. You sure you want to be in here today?
Yeah, this is the worst one ever, Keisha. And but for the people,
Rod is being.
I ain't never did that. I'm saying I heard of it, y'all. I ain't did it. Everything I said I heard of don't mean I was engaged.
You always hearing about something.
I heard about people jumping out of an airplane, but Rod ain't gonna never do it. I heard about people knowing how to swim. Rod can't swim. I heard about people want to go to Mars. I don't give a damn about Mars.
Okay, so. Can I ask you a question? Was there any melanin in the skin of them folks that was doing the Red Wing?
The people that was talking about it?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, that might be why I'm just so foreign to it.
Yeah. No, I don't think so. Because melanin people, even if they do it, ain't gonna admit nothing that's too nasty.
Anyway, okay. So Sledge said in his comment, he said money is his guilty pleasure. He said he ain't got no problem getting him no side piece. I know that's right, Sledge.
Wait, what is it? What I gotta read that. Hold on, what is it?
Yeah, Sledge is up there. And
here it is. Money is more of my guilty pleasure. Money was never a problem for me to get. See, Sledge, I know we thought alike for some reason because to me, that's what I wonder with the guys with the side piece. Somebody said, I think it was House of X said it earlier. I think a lot of this side piece stuff is just greed.
You said greed?
Yeah, they just it ain't no reason. There is no rhyme to the reason.
That's not true, though. That's not true.
Okay.
There are some people who when they're okay, let's use people who've been in either marriages or long-term relationships, right? When you're in a long-term relationships or whatever, you grow together, right? So that means that you begin to, experience different things. You want different things you used to like, you don't like no more. Things you didn't know of before, you find out. Things you get older, you're around, you're in the world more. So then new ideas come in your mind and you want to try them. And as long as your mate is willing to grow with you, doesn't mean that it's always easy, right? But you get through them. But if your mate is there with you to go through those growing pains or whatever and last throughout, then you make it. But there are some people that they break up. Some people separate. Some people get side pieces. And some people just get divorced. Whichever one, that if things that start to go rocky, they do one of those four things. One of those four things they do. And so those who get side pieces, they got to be very careful, because you can't go get a side piece when you know that all you're doing is either trying to relieve a pain that you have, or get some recognition that maybe you're not getting at home, or you have a need, or a scratch that you need, an itch that you need scratched or whatever. But the problem is, some people, they get the right people, and sometimes folk get the wrong people. And then next thing you know, their marriage is broken up because the little side piece heifer want to show up and be all up in the videos and all this type of stuff. Or you get somebody who don't understand what their position or their role is or whatever. So, it varies with that. So, there are people who do it, and it doesn't mean that they're looking for something long term. Sometimes they're just trying to ease a pain that they have, so
I can agree with that, Tanya, but I was saying sometimes people have side pieces and ain't nothing wrong. And Your Honor, I'd like to present the courtroom with Exhibit C from the Rod doc files here. There's this thing called opportunistic infidelity.
Oh, opportunist. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
In this scenario, individuals may be relatively satisfied with their main relationship, but give in. I'm gonna pull this comment up. But give from Sledge, but give in to temptations due to situational factors or impulsivity.
That is true, and that is a willpower issue. But I put it to you this way: this is what I've always been told, that men, they just talk about men because y'all are very visual creatures. Y'all are very, transactional creatures. So when stuff start getting boring, there's really nothing to go for, whether you do or not. Obviously it ain't enough if a situation arises and you partake in it so easily. Okay, then that means that you do have a need that's not being met, whatever that is. Whether you a fiend or not, that's a different story. But being able to withstand those temptations. But I've been told that men are only as faithful as their options. Okay, so sometimes, and this is not all men, I'm not talking about 100%. There are some men where if they have more options, then it's more likely that something's going to happen. So you take the celebrity, for instance, right? You take the basketball player, you take the whatever, even the females. You take the females or whatever. I take that back. It's a little different, and we're gonna get in. That's the next question, is about the side chicks or the side dudes. Women never have a problem finding a piece or finding some. Okay, they don't have to ask to be bust down. Okay, a woman can literally go up to somebody in the street and tell them that they are available, and there are men that would be like, heck yeah, where we going? We're going to go in the car. We can go to, that's not a problem. However, men, unless they are in a certain position, they can't just go up to some woman talking about, hey girl, you looking good. Why don't you come on over here and give me some? She'll be look, she been done called the cops on the man. Right? So at the end of the day, if you get just like a matter of fact, I think I posted a meme the other day on TikTok or Instagram where it was a picture of a man in a wheelchair. And the meme said, I'm ready to settle down now. Yeah, because your ass needs somebody to take care of you. Your ass can't walk no more. Your dad going back hurt. Basically, I'm not going to get nothing out of it. So yeah, you ready to settle down because your options out there, you're not in a position to get as many offers anymore. So that's why sometimes you see these girls get with these guys with all this money, right? These basketball players or whatever. And they put up with a lot of everything because their hope is longevity. They're going to stay with them long enough. So then when he get too tired and he can't get nobody else, then she's there living lovely with the riches and the money and whatever. And now she has it. Right? So people are usually, like, I guess what Sledge is saying, people are usually only as faithful as their options. Women have options all the time. Hey, Carmen, women have options all the time. So it's not, so that doesn't apply to women because women going to have options whether they broke or got money, whether they look good or they don't, whether they skinny or they fat, okay, whether they short or they tall. Men are going to want it regardless of what it is because when the lights go out, it's all the same. Men, not so much. So men usually work on their appearance. They work on how much money they got. They work on what they can do for you. And then they want to know why things are transactional. Well, unless you got something else to offer, it's always transactional. Right? Because that's what you presented. You present it as money, you know, and I'm gonna put this out there, and it's funny because me and my husband, when we met and stuff, and he started, before we even started dating, this is when he was wooing me. And I say that with quotes. He thought I was one of them little chicken heads. And then he realized I wasn't one of them. But the one thing he used to try to throw at me is like, hey, you know, I'll get you some lunch. I'll get you some dinner. He think he gonna be looking me up and down like I'm gonna sleep. No. He ain't getting none of this cookie. He ain't getting none of this cookie the whole time. He used to try slick little tricks. He used to try to do this and do that. And I'm like, if this is who you are, then that's who you are. But if you doing it just to get something, it ain't happening. And so that's just what some men are used to because there's some women that fall for that. So yes, there are some people who you will just give in at the first opportunity. But the thing is, that's what most men are going to do. Men are meant to sow their royal oats, right? And but how are they supposed to sow their oats if the women is always getting told to keep your legs closed? Then ain't nobody getting none.
So what you saying is the big mamas need to tell them to open them legs up.
And then, no, not technically, but you know what? You will get some big mamas back in the day that was the way they kept their money coming in. I'm just being honest with you because back then women didn't have a place in the workplace. See, women now have options of opening their legs or not. And they gonna be good. They getting their bag, they got their house, they got their cars, they taking care of whatever they need to take care of, and they don't have to worry about it. Okay? So basically, exactly. A confident man has just as many options. Exactly. Because let me tell you what a confident man does. Confident man will get a woman hemmed up and then realize that all he got is confidence. He ain't got nothing. Okay? Because I've actually seen I've seen some folk get with somebody just because they confident and they realize they ain't got nothing. In other words, there's no longevity. Because you may have someone who's very confident, but do you see a full life with them? No. Right? They might just be your FB, right? And that's all I'm saying. And those of you who know what FB is, you can put a one in the chat. But sometimes it's just best to leave somebody as a FB.
What's an FB? I don't know.
Look, I'll
I
text you
really
what
don't.
FB is. Like, I'm really doing PC on this daggone live. You talking about let me be PC with this.
No,
You
we ain't
just
got
said
to. We
everything.
ain't got to because I'm making sure I ain't on no business chat. You can say whatever you want.
It's just someone just to bust down there, all just get bust down.
I didn't
Period.
even know they
Point
was
blank.
calling it bust down. Last time I be so behind, I thought it was smashing. So now they busting people down.
That same thing, same thing.
What?
Smash. It's just somebody smash.
Boy, it's just violent DJ. Hey girl, let me bust that down. Let me see
Well,
it.
okay. Well, look.
It's violent as hell.
I'm like. Let me tell you something. I'm like Linnell. I'm like Linnell. If you gonna go out there, if you gonna go out there and risk some shit, don't you need to get bust down? Ain't nobody trying to make love. You better make it worth your while in case you
I
get
already
caught.
told you I wouldn't be making love three of them. Three of them long, good three, and I'm up. I'm like Bernie Mac. You better get yours and turn your stopwatch on because this ain't gonna be long.
Hold on. So I was looking at Linnell's stand up last night. And because the first time I looked at it, I just saw bits and pieces, but I actually looked through it all the way through. And she said, she got these little young guys that she be, dealing with. Because she said she got holes in different area codes, right? So she said, this daggone generation now, you got to be, you can't just tell them you want to smash. They want to talk about making love and stuff. And shut up, Dre. They want to talk about making love and stuff. And she said, she has to sort of turn on this thing and use a different word. Because she said, she tell them, look, I understand. I would love to just make love to you. But right now, I'm trying to get smashed because I got to get on this plane in the next 3 hours. And I'm just trying to get some.
See, that's what they say on Tubi. They don't say no make love. They say smash.
Okay, and that's fine. That's fine. Look, you and that damn Tubi, y'all in the chat, I don't know what Rock keep talking about this goddamn Tubi, but I'm going to check out Tubi this weekend. I'm going to check out Tubi this weekend. And I'm going to see what this daggone Tubi is about.
Nah,
because
I would
talk about Tubi. Is Tubi your new YouTube?
Don't have don't have no kids watching it because ain't no telling how it's gonna come on, man. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
Oh my God.
Last week I was 2 for 5 with it coming on. Just whoo. But anyway, so back to these side pieces. I'm trying to stay on Tubi. They just keep popping up because I ain't got no internet. I called AT&T today. I said, hey man, I need to get some internet for my job. They said, what do you do? I said, well, in the day, I be on YouTube, and at night I be watching Tubi, and I need AT&T fiber for both of them. And so he's like, all right, we're gonna expedite this. We'll have it tomorrow. I'm like, cool. So, but now going back to this here side piece. So I said people are greedy. Some, and I'm speaking from a male perspective. And then we talked about what do people expect when they are the side piece. What make people want to apply to become a side piece? What is it that make people? Is it the money?
Well, most of the time, that's what that is. That or the sex is usually one of the two. So basically, it's sort of like fringe benefits. You get the benefits without the commitment. And there are men and women who do not like commitment. They don't. And there are people who are side pieces to fulfill whatever their wants are, just like Wild Loves is stating right there. There are people that say, you know what, I like to go on trips. I'm going to get somebody to pay for it for me. So I'm going to be the one that this person takes on trips. Now that one's a little tricky. Locally, you can get sex and you can get money. Going on trips or being taken on trips or whatever, that person has to like you. So you have to be a likable, thank you, Carmen, Daisy, a buck buddy. a buck funny.
Oh, okay. That's what an
Hey,
FB is.
that's what FB means.
Oh, I
Yes,
ain't never
yes.
heard
You
of
just
that.
did it backward. Thank you, Carmen. Thank you. Um,
I just say it, Dre. I ain't got time for no initials, WYDE and
you
BRB. I'm just gonna say it.
you have to be likable because there are. Let me tell you something. There are some men, and I've seen them all different levels. Some of them are like they'll do a side piece, but the only women they dealing with, they have to be intellectual, meaning they have to hold a freaking conversation. You got to be interesting enough for me to spend time with you. Those are the ones that's getting taken on trips, right? Those are the ones that are staying the weekend somewhere. Those are the ones that they want to spend time with because they have a mental connection with. Okay, they have a mental connection. The local ones, you don't need to do that. It's, hey, I'm getting off work late. I'm just leaving the club. Those are the ones you call. You know, it's 11, 12 o'clock at night, and what you doing? You already know what the call is about, right? You're accessible. They might leave what's the what's the sugar daddy amount? You need a little $40, $60 on the dresser. No, but then there's some women that are like, you know what? I'm not gonna be that type of side piece. I'm gonna be the side piece where if you do leave some money on that dresser, it's paying one of my bills. You paying either utilities or whatever. Exactly, TJ. That stuff he said earlier was nasty, nasty, nasty.
No, man, I just said what I heard, man.
I know that's what you heard, but first you said
I didn't partake in any of the reindeer games. I just said that what they were doing. That what they were talking about doing. But I think a lot of times a side piece may come because some side pieces, the people that apply to be a side piece and get the job,
yeah.
they do a lot of
You
things.
said get the job.
They do a lot of things that the person at the crib won't do.
Okay. Well, look. Well, let's get on that subject.
Well, let me rephrase it, but go ahead. Let's get on.
No. I no, because you said something that's sometimes can be very, it's on perception. Because there are men, said Dre Unk be on some
I'm sorry.
there are some men, and it's mostly men because most women are very sensual. Okay, most women are very sensual, and they will try stuff with whoever they're in love with. If they're in love with you and they want to try some new stuff, they're open to it. But the problem, and it's not really a problem, maybe it's an honor, but there are some men who, when they wife somebody, they have a vision in their head of what their wife, what to do and what not to do with their wife. Because in their mind, they may think that this act is too perverted for their wife, right? Mm-hmm. But they go out there and do it to Sally on the corner, right? But you might have a Sally in the house that you married to, and you don't realize it. She can do it all, right? She can be a lady in the street and a freak in the sheets. But most men, when they honor their wives, and I'm just being honest with you, when they honor their wives, they are usually a little, hesitant to be like, let's try this or whatever. Now there's some women out there that'll go overboard, and I'll be like, you're gonna have to get Sally on the corner for that, because I'm not doing it. Okay. Because there are some people that I've seen some stuff where, and I'm talking about like on the screen, I've seen some stuff where you get marriages and folks is doing all kinds of stuff, and it's like, but that's what they do, and that's fine. They married, they can do that. I don't care how they flip it up, flip it up, rub it, bust it down or whatever. That's their thing. But most men, depending on what they think about their wives, most of them look at their wives no different than they look at their mom, right? I'm not saying, now I'm not putting them together, Lord. That's not what I'm saying, because I know you wouldn't bust down your mama.
No,
What I'm saying is there's qualities of your wife that you would think I would never bring this to her to do. So I'm not going to even entertain doing that with her, but I want to do it. I want to try. So I'm going to go get somebody else to do, but to all, any of y'all husbands out there, if there's anything you want to try, ask your wife first. You'll be surprised.
And that's what I was going to say.
Your wife may be like, really? You want to do that? Okay, let's try it. And it's either going to be, okay, they do it and be like, oh, this is doable. Or they might be like, you only getting that for your birthday. Or you might get one and be like, hell to the no. Now, at least you'll know. So, get with the woman that you made your commitment with first and ask her that first. She might be a hoe in the street, in the sheets for you. They ain't always angels and rosies and, reverend wives and all that type of stuff. They want to get bust down too. So, go on and bust it down, and you ain't got to worry about, what my husband say. He calls, he give them names. Like when he go to Walmart every day, I mess with him and I go, oh, you gonna see Maria? Oh, you gonna see Sasha? Or whatever. And what he called mine? He called mine, ain't nobody trying to Epstein your mama. Shut up. Right? Hey sis, that's my sister-in-law right here. Who? They what my husband called mine. I call his Maria and Sasha. He called mine, God damn it. Otis is one of them. Otis. Call him Otis. I said, this is what I told him. I said, you do know you my Otis, don't you? You my Otis. I ain't got no Otis. You my Otis. Well, I'm going to go out there and get an Otis. I need to go out there and get like a Derek. Go out there and get like a Wood, like some youngster. You trying to put me with some old man. You my old man. You my old man. Or Augustus. That was the other one. So I said Sasha, which is like a Caribbean name, and he called one Augustus.
Well, Augustus and Otis, at least Timmy putting in his head that they ain't gonna be doing too much with names like that, because they gotta be old as hell.
Anyway. That's why I keep telling him, you my oldest, you my old man, that you my sugar daddy, you my sugar daddy.
But like I like when it come to say the side piece thing there, and I forgot what I was gonna say. You got kind of long with it. I turned 56 the other day. I'm forgetting everything now.
You know what? Look, are we gonna have to put banners up on the screen? Now we can make arrangements. I can you're gonna have to do it, because you're gonna have to do it from your end and put the little banner on the screen.
I started thinking about something that had nothing to do with this. That I'm just messing with you. But when it comes to like side pieces, and I agree. Ask your wife, and that's why I left this up here so I wouldn't forget. I was gonna say that when I said the women, and when I backtracked, I said I may need to backtrack, but then you went on, because a lot of times some people may have been with their spouse for 5, 10, 15, 20 years. They don't know what their spouse is willing to try. Now they're going by what their spouse did when they met them.
Exactly.
And not what they have seen on Tubi, the same Tubi Rob was watching.
Damn Tubi.
But they don't know how to tell they don't know how to tell their husband that they want to try this, that, and the third, because their husband may look at them in a different light. And then, but in all actuality, the husband may say, well, I didn't know how to approach her. She didn't know how to tell me. If I was thinking about a side piece, even though I'm not, that may have been the only reason, because we're not doing some of the things that I'm hearing my coworkers talking about they did on the weekend, that all we're doing is missionary, and they over here with Halloween mask on and playing like they the Joker and Wonder Woman. And me and you over here talking about, you done yet? Yeah, I think I am. No, you need some spice addicts in your life. I mean, I would say, like, speaking of role play, like Tanya was just talking about Otis and Augustus and Theo and all them people. But why not come home and one day just say, hey, today my name Tyrone. Like, I'll give you an example, Tony. Now all this stuff happened, I was single. I ain't talking no wife, no girlfriend, no nothing. I hadn't been in Dallas long, and I went to this place where they be dancing.
Okay, a strip club.
Yep, I let you see.
Then why do you just didn't say a strip club?
All right, I went to the strip club.
Don't try to make it sound all professional.
Now this,
you was at a dance
club. For no side people, but I think she would have applied for the job, but I wasn't hiring.
Okay.
So I said, well, I was like the worst strip club goer in the world because you wasn't supposed to be doing what I was doing. I was in there trying to get
look, you can't pay for lap dances with points. That's all
no.
I
was trying to get to know people. I thought I was at the social lounge. I'm in there like, so what's your name? They called me Mischievous. What? Who named
Wait a minute. You was in there socializing with the dancers?
Yeah, not the damn
No.
I'll tell you. So when I caught on, I was okay. What's your name? Well, they called me I don't know, Mercedes or Diamonds or something. I said, well, then I said, okay, well, I'm gonna make me a name up. So the next person, well, what's your name? They called me Chocolate Thunder. I mean, oh, you good there? I said, no, I can't even dance. Hell, you got a fake name. I thought I'd make me one or two. But it was crazy how that sparked a non-strip club conversation. We weren't even talking about, I forgot where I was at.
Right.
Because now, but going back to the sexual part, I really believe that men should ask, but I also believe women should sometimes maybe propose. It's got to be a two-way street because that guy may not know how to ask the same way that woman may not know how to disclose that she want to try this or vice versa.
Right.
So, hey, now I beg to differ. Now, if you know what you're doing, you can use some points and miles and get some lap dance if you know what you're doing.
TJ, credit card points for lap dance. No, he laughing because that's what I said to you.
I know, but Tanya, you can take some points and miles into a club, y'all. I'm telling you, I'm gonna tell y'all how to do it because I don't just say something. I'm gonna tell you how to do it. You can take some points and miles to the strip club and depending on how many points and miles you got, you can get about 12 good lap dances. But what you do, I ain't never did this, but I'm just gonna tell you what you do. You go in there and you post up. Don't be talking no Chocolate Thunders and all that. Who cares what your name is? And then get one. You don't have no bunch of them. Just get one.
Oh my God.
And then ask her where she want to go. But don't say like Mississippi or Arkansas or Texas. Like, you want to go to Cancun? I got you. And then just book a flight with the points, send her to Cancun. You ain't matter of fact, you coming out better. You ain't spending Nathan. Don't never tell me I can't do it. I do it. Whoa. I like trying new things.
I'm just saying. I know that's right.
What you like trying, Walla? Oh, yeah, man. I'm telling you, man. You know what? I was on MRTV and Cowboy Live, and I heard this song talking about you ain't did nothing unless you stand up in it. Boy, I can't get that song out of my head.
Stand up in it. I know that song. Yep.
So
look, wait. Stand up in it, stroking, candy liquor, side piece. What's the other song? Me and Mrs. Jones. What's some other song?
Tell you, I'm gonna ask you a question, and this gonna take you back to the South of what I was saying earlier.
Okay.
That song "Candy Liquor." Do you know how it started off? I'm gonna tell you. I don't even want to waste a lot of your time.
I'm trying to get the song. Hold on. I'm your candy liquor. That's what he said.
Yeah, but it started off with him talking for like 3 seconds. Matter of fact,
what'd he say?
I ain't gonna even play it because I don't want to mess up.
All I know was it said, yeah, don't play it because it's copyright. I know is...
Here's what he said.
Okay.
At the beginning of that song, it come on. He said, "I'm not ashamed anymore.
That's right.
I want to do the things," because he said he's not ashamed to say he do that. Because back then,
that's right.
You didn't tell nobody you did that.
Right.
Except you and Mrs. Jones.
Right. Yeah, but me and Mrs. Jones, that was more of like that relationship. That was more than just a side piece.
Man,
That
how
was a
many
side
cheating
piece.
songs? I meant to do that. How many cheating songs, secret lovers? I used to be in the club when I DJed back in Arkansas. And man, when I played Secret Love, I used to do it on purpose just to see how many people was cheating, because that's what all the cheaters got. You weren't gonna have no husband and wife dance in the Secret Love. It was all the cheaters. They all,
No.
I was like 18, 19, man. I mean, I was a kid. Man, why love got me messed up. My computer won't even go to no more comments.
Look. Okay. See,
I don't went to that
my
comment
love.
like 15 times.
See how that is? Told you it don't take much with men. They be like, whoop.
Hey, Life With Us TV said, hey, fam,
What's up,
what in the
Lynette
world did I
Stanley?
roll up on? We talking about them side pieces, man. We talking about
Look. I don't know how long you've been in here, but you need to rewind because your Navy boy over there was talking some. The man.
Hey, okay. Now is that ain't Stanley?
Lynette and Stanley, yeah.
That's them?
Yeah, that's them.
Stanley was in the Navy.
No, you I'm talking about.
Oh, I knew I would. Hey,
you
talking about Red Wings?
He said he trying to be politically correct. And then he just went and said the whole thing, talk about a red wing. You know what a red wing is?
Man,
Lynette or Stanley, I don't know which one of y'all on. If you know what a red wing is, Life With Us TV, put a 1 in the chat. I don't know if you know. I didn't know. When he finally told us what it was, I almost gagged.
Well, I tell you what,
that's right, Keisha. Had to clutch this little silver necklace right here.
Please, no, we ain't running it back, Amelia. We're not gonna run it back. We're not. No. Tanya keep bringing it up. I ain't bringing it up.
I'm sorry. I'm not running that back. But that but like I said, they have to ask their wives. They never know what their wives are willing to do. But then you know what? But then sometimes it might mess up their view of their wife. Maybe that's what they're not trying to do. Like they have in their mind the type of woman that would do certain things.
Okay? Well, see, I ain't gonna believe them the first time they tell me. No, I'm gonna ask them 2 or 3 times. Like maybe not the next day, but I'm gonna be like, hey, you know that what I asked you the other day? Did you think about that?
Let me tell you something. Your best bet is this. If she gonna do it and you asked about it and they said no, if they down for it, you ain't gotta say it no more because they'll do it without you asking the next time. Hey Lisa, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Lisa, man. I'm sorry. Everybody I ain't speaking to, man. I have to really listen to Tanya because I like to learn, man, and I'm just learning because a lot of stuff that's been said tonight I've never thought of.
How you learning? You older than me.
Because
I mean, not by much years. Like we was in high school together. We was in high school. You was a senior. I was a freshman.
Y'all, I don't know what Tanya talking about. I turned 43 yesterday.
You was a damn.
It's never Stanley or red light. Huh? It's never Stanley or red light.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, okay. She's saying it's always her, Lynette. Okay.
Okay, so Lynette.
Yes, okay, see, so she knew what it was. I ain't know what it was.
I ain't know the one. Thank you, Lynette. You say it today, man, because they had me over here feeling bad like I'm a pervert or something.
Then none of us know what it was like.
I just heard some people talk about it. But y'all, okay, so.
Well, that is true. If you and your spouse are truly friends, communication is key. Yes, TJ. You should be able, YOLO said, if you and your spouse are really friends, you should be able to tell them anything. So if you want this done, they either going to tell you yes or no. I think most people are worried about what the person is going to think about them if they talk about it. And then I also think that they're going to worry about how they're going to think about their spouse if their spouse actually say yes. It's just like going into an end that you can't come back from because you had this vision in your head of the purity of your wife. But then again, there's some men that marry their wives because they freaks. And hey, that's all good and dandy.
I ain't never wanted that.
Let me tell you, when me and my husband first got married, I used to ask him about some stuff, and he used to tell me, I might be governor one day. I can't do stuff like that. You might try to expose me. That is exactly what he used to say. You don't believe me? Ask him the next time you see him. That was his always. He said, I might be governor one day. That's what he said. I might be governor one day. I might be governor one day. I said, but you ain't the governor today.
You know, tell you one thing, because I was just reading some on my phone, and I apologize, y'all. A lot of times I have my notes in my phones, and a lot of times, and even what makes me bring this up is people equate side pieces with sex.
A lot of time, and that's what I keep saying. The benefits are different. It's sex, money, or experiences.
Companionship. It could be companionship.
That's what experiences is for. Yeah. Companionship, yes.
You know, you might have a dude that got a side piece. I just want to put this in your mind, y'all, and I promise this just came to my mind. You may have a guy that go and get a side piece because he has ED, and his wife is just on him because she's not being pleased. The side piece ain't gonna care if he got ED as long as he's spending that money.
Well, it depends on what kind of side piece you got. Like I said,
I'm gonna
in it for different reasons.
But tell you, I'm gonna put in my ad that, you know, when I'm hiring, you ain't gonna have to worry about doing all that extra stuff. And there won't be no cut and pay either.
And see, let me tell you. That's why most of the young girls go for the older guys, because they feel like I'm getting all the benefits without no work. I ain't got to worry about no work. But then some folk be like Mr. James, and they be trying to do all of that knowing they ain't got nothing. You got to do all this extra work with a little gummy worm, and I can imagine that might not be fun.
Well, I will say, all jokes aside, I learned early on in my adult life that a side piece was too much work. A side piece was costly, more than monetarily, costly to where no amount of money in the world could get back the destruction.
What kind of side piece did you have? Good grief.
I ain't gonna get that deep into it. We'll do that on another topic. Levels of the side piece. But I will say from that moment on, and that was about 29, 30 years ago, I never even want to put myself in that position. Now, if I'm in a relationship, I want to be in a relationship. If I'm not in a relationship, I can be with whoever I want to be. But relationship and another woman, sometimes it depends on the level of the initial relationship. It may not be considered to some people as a side piece. But when I start spending time with you and devoting my emotions and feelings towards you.
Now you got emotions with your side piece?
No, with my main lady.
Oh, right.
I don't need no side piece.
Right.
And I think with some people, I was blessed/lucky. It comes with maturity and growth. And some people never get to that level of growth. Say my father. He never got to that level of growth or maturity. I was worried and wondering, would I get to that level of growth and maturity? And thankfully I did, because it's just too much of a headache now. And I'm speaking for the men out there. One of the worst things I ever had to do was look at a person eye to eye, face to face, that I cared about, knowing that I had mentally crushed them, emotionally crushed them. And it was terrible. And to the point where 30 some years later, it still bothers me.
Right.
I don't think about it every day and I can't do nothing about it, but it bothered me to the point where I would never do that again. So it's a good bother.
Right. Okay.
Trap in the house. Trap's a side piece.
What's up, Trap? How you doing?
I found it, Trap. I found it. 2025 side piece ain't worth the videos, recorded calls. Oh yeah, man. Technology has ruined
everything.
They don't ruin the play.
They telling everything. They keeping receipts. They doing all that stuff. So side piecing ain't like what it used to, I guess.
You can't. I mean, you have to almost be a mastermind to keep up with everything that's being tracked these days. Like say the video, the recorded calls, but if you ain't doing nothing, you ain't got to worry about all that.
Right, you're right.
Like I don't care if my phone record, it's just gonna record how I went off on the energy people because they took my money and didn't give me any electricity. You ain't gonna hear me about no side pieces or I have the time I forget my phone got a video. So I'm not over here with no tripod trying to have a sex tape like Ray J. I'm not doing all I don't want that if I do remember. And that's I think that's another thing too. This receipt stuff. Everybody want receipts so they can go show their home, and that's who get them in trouble. They're trying to show their home and
Hey Trap, what's up, Scotty Too Hottie? Trap, what are we talking about? We talking about side pieces. We was talking about what's the side piece, the difference between the side chick and the side dude, the benefits of a side piece, what people thinks anyway. And now we about to approach my last question, which is who is better, a side chick or a side dude? We didn't get to that yet. We just now about to get to it. But
who is better? What you mean?
Like who is better at maintaining their sideness, basically playing a role? Is it a side dude or a side chick? Now, I know earlier we said that most women are emotional, so usually a side chick is going to blow your spot up. A side dude is going to be like, hey, as long as I got access to it, I ain't saying a damn thing. I'll see you in the grocery store and act like I don't know you.
I think it could go both ways, tell you. I really want to say the side chick would act worse than the side dude. Yeah. But there are some guys out there that can act a fool too. And I've seen stuff where, I mean movies or something that make you think.
Tubi.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I didn't say that, but it makes you think because the dude, I was watching one where the dude was the lawnmower man and he fell in love with the wife. And every time the husband came home, he was mowing the grass like every day. The grass didn't even need to be cut. That's acting a fool. That's acting a
okay, no. All he was doing was cutting the grass.
But the grass just got cut yesterday.
It don't matter. He out there working. What the husband say?
Hey, look what Trap said. The husband figured it out.
A side chick nowadays don't know the assignment. That's true, right? That's what we were saying, Trap. That most women are emotional, and once they catch feelings, they trying to mess your stuff up, so then you can be with them. So
and I agree, though. I think at the end of the day, I think every situation is different. I'm not gonna say and put it in one group. Say the men. Words.
No, we're just talking about the probability. What's up, Sherman?
The probability, it's going to be, I think, the female, because I think the female are emotional creatures. Men are physical creatures. And I think the man, now, if the woman try to take that physicality away from the man, it could be a problem. And if the man...
Maybe not. It depends. I actually think that on both ends, the side chick and the side dude depends on their maturity as well. And just like, I think I'm trying to remember what it was. No, I saw this on a clip that I saw because I wasn't sure if I had to bring up any clips. But basically it was, most of these guys getting with these women who don't have anything to lose. So, they getting the wrong chick. If you got stuff to lose, you need to get with a side piece that got something to lose too. So then you mind your business and they minding their business, because they don't want you messing up what they got and they don't want you messing up what you got. So, I think it's all about maturity. But mowing the lawn every day, was he getting paid every day?
No, he was doing it for free.
And what the husband say? Was this on Tubi?
Yep, it's called.
Yep.
This is how ghetto it is. Tell you the name of the movie is The Lawnmower Man. That's the name of the movie. I promise. And I was like, I ain't about to watch. And I watched it. It was a real good movie, man. And it just make you think that stuff like that could happen. Will it happen? I don't know, but it could. But social media is a part of the problem. Being the side piece before the internet wasn't as problematic as today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree because people record stuff or whatever. People need receipts. They need receipts because they like, look, I might need how much that girl got from Shannon Sharp. How
50
much she got
million.
from him? $50 million. Man, listen. What they say? They said as soon as she got her money, she closed her OnlyFans page. Damn. She don't need that no more. $50 million to hush up. Ooh, man, oh man.
And I want to elaborate on what Trev said because there's some guys out there I can only imagine that ain't even thinking about a side piece, and then they go to their social media. I mean, man, I think TikTok got to be the worst. Instagram kind of bad, but I get all these messages, hey, hello, of people I don't know, and then the picture they got a lingerie or something. I'm like, I don't want to see this. You don't even know what kind of man. I could be a priest, a bishop, or trying to be the Pope. You don't know. And then every time I look up, I'm seeing this. Next thing you know, depending on the individual, if they hear the wrong thing or what they deem the wrong thing at home, they over here spending the household money trying to get in touch with whoever hit them up on social media in the DMs. This fantasy. And that's like a over the top side piece, those fantasy side pieces.
Well, look, folk get catfished.
Now, let me ask you a question.
Pictures up there, and then they see them in real life and be like, hold up. This is not what's on this picture right here.
Let me ask you a question.
See you, YOLO.
What? Are there emotional? No, how did it say it? Hold on. Let me. I want to make sure I don't mess this up. It's not emotional. It's emotional cheating. Do you think there are emotional side pieces out there? What I mean, like, let's say, I'm gonna read it word for word. This type of infidelity involves forming a deep emotional connection with an intimacy with someone outside the primary relationship, potentially sharing thoughts and feelings not shared with the committed partner. While not necessarily physical, it can be deeply damaging to a relationship. How do you feel about that? Emotionally.
I think that's true because let me tell you, you'd be surprised how most, like what they say about the process of action. Sometimes things become a thought, and if that thought is fed enough, it becomes an action. So if you are in conversations with somebody, depending on what that conversation is about, if you start to talk about things that can transition into an action, if you start talking about it long enough and developing a relationship with that person verbally, it becomes an action. Whenever you get the opportunity, it may happen. Okay, unless you just realize that this is what's going on and you cut that stuff short. That's why what is it when you get, they always tell you when you break up with somebody, don't be calling, don't be answering the phone, don't even like block them or whatever. You want to block them because what happens is all you need is that person to come back in and have that conversation going on again. And just when you're trying to get away, now you back in it again because the conversation starts again and the thoughts start again and then the actions start again and all of that stuff. Yeah. So I do believe that verbal, like those things, is the same thing as cheating. Not saying it all depends on what people identify as cheating. Some people think flirting is cheating, right? Some people think talking is cheating. Some people think you have to do something to cheat because people can think about it. It doesn't mean, do they at least get credit for not doing it? or whatever. So it varies.
And I think when it comes to emotional cheating, I think it's one of the most dangerous forms of cheating. And the reason I say that, not dangerous from necessarily a physical danger, but typically if one individual, male or female, is telling the other party all the problems at home or what their man won't do or their woman won't do, all that person can listen and capitalize on everything that's being told to them. And now, if it depends on how deep it go, it could be that person, let's say it's a husband and wife, and the wife is sharing this with another man. That man now may know more about the husband than the husband know about himself, because the wife is the one that's sharing all the information to the side piece.
Yeah.
And then you're going to know how to act and know how to cater towards the missing links, the problems, whatever the case, whatever we want to call it. People say, oh, certain emotional cheating isn't, but I think it's one of the most dangerous forms.
Yeah.
You're putting so much information out there, and then before you know it, this person can hold something over your head, not necessarily money ransom, but can.
Yeah, and it also puts the other person in danger too. Sometimes, sometimes you get these dudes, they go out there and they get a woman or vice versa, and they telling them so much about their mate. They know where the spouse work at. They know what they look like. They know where they live at. But just like Trap said, okay, speaking of that, what Trap just said, that's going to be our next conversation. AI.
Yep.
AI relationships. Whatever that means. Don't worry. We'll figure it out by next week. But AI, what's up, Big Murph? What's up, Scott and Sherman? I think I said Sherman, but hey, what's up, Scott? Have any of y'all seen Black Mirror on Netflix? If you have not, I can't remember which season it was. I think it was season 4 or season 5. But the guy that play what's that? The guy on Avengers, the black guy with the wings. I forgot what the name of it was. What's up, Erica? With the wings or whatever. I forgot what that guy name is, but he plays in this episode where it's a virtual game. Him and his best friend from another state, they play on this game every day. They play on this virtual game. So it's like you're really inside, but you are a different avatar. You're the character, right? Now, he's playing a guy. His friend is playing the girl because of the type of powers and stuff that she has, right? And they're in there, they're working. Next thing you know, they get into a relationship through the virtual console. So his character is all intertwined with his character, the other character, because it's a picture of a guy and a girl. So then when they finally meet each other, like in real life, they, both of their wives, everybody getting together, and they feel awkward. Well, he feel awkward. The friend is like, you want to do this, and he like, hell no, I ain't trying to do this. So they actually come together to say, okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna kiss each other to see if it's really whatever it is or whether it's just a game. So they like, they walk up to each other, they give each other a kiss, and they're like, hell no, or whatever. But for some reason, in the game, they be all in it. They so virtually they get together. So the agreement that the wife said was, if you can venture out virtually and do this, then she has her time once a year that she does it. Whatever her virtual reality thing is. But there's so much virtual reality stuff. I think it'd be a good next topic, because let me tell y'all something. Japan over there, they making all kinds of stuff. They making it where you ain't even got to leave your house to cheat. You ain't got no evidence. you ain't got nothing. All you got to do is put some damn consoles over your eyes, and you gonna have a ball.
You know, and I've been to Japan, and my first time I went there was in 1990. They were so far ahead of America when it came to technology; it was ridiculous. So I can only imagine what they have with this AI stuff.
And they already got like the real live robots that look like real people. They
Yeah,
already got the shit.
I don't know if you've seen it, Tony. I'm looking at some of these social media pictures, and I know it's the person, but it look robotic. It look cartoonish. I don't like it.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure they sooner or later they're gonna make it where it's gonna be just like a person. Yep. Yep, exactly, Big Murph. They on a whole nother level. Erica said not. But they on a whole nother level. You know, so I'm gonna leave that conversation for the next one because I got a whole bunch of questions I would love to ask the chat.
Well, I'm gonna let you do more talking on that because I mean I know about AI. I'm invested in AI, and I'm gonna do some research between now and next Monday, a little deeper. But matter of fact, I'm gonna save that question for next Monday. I have a
There
question.
you go. Say that question. Yeah. Save it.
I better put it on my phone because I promise I forget. But please, y'all, bring your AI questions next week. Because if one of the things, if we don't know the answer, if depending on time, I'll Google it to see what maybe the internet thinks about it. But one of the things, I have a question that just it's burning a hole for me to ask. Just they have that technology. They have that technology already. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. And I know Tanya worked today, and I've worked too. I've been doing a lot of moving and all kind of. So I know we're both probably a little tired. So I'm not gonna keep her any longer. Did you have anything else, Tanya? Or?
I did not, but basically to answer these questions, it's been identified that the benefits of a side piece is basically there's a responsible way to do it, irresponsible way. There's mature way. There's an immature way. There's never a right way because you're not really supposed to have one, especially if you're married. You know. Now, for those of y'all who ain't married, that's up to y'all. You know but there's different definitions of a side piece. There's different benefits of a side piece. They even say that some side pieces keep you in your marriage, whatever the hell that means, but that's what they say. But I've never seen it. But anyway, when it comes to side pieces, y'all just mind your business. If you married, stay where you need to stay. And if you need to fight off a demon because you was already mixed up in it, just try to find a way to just get out of it before you mess up something that that has a little more longevity. So that's all I got to say today.
And I agree with that. And I would like to add, if you're that person and you're thinking about a side piece or getting a side piece, instead of going outside the home or outside of the relationship,
ask your spouse.
Ask your spouse.
Well, it depends, because maybe your spouse broke.
Or better yet, just say, hey, won't we do this? Let's sit down and come up with an intimate evening at home. We don't have to go anywhere. You're going to do this part, I'll do this part, and then we'll see what we come up with. And you may be surprised how different that can be, where there's not a side piece out there that would even take the time to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Less known, it'd be enjoyable because, number one, you're doing it with somebody you know. I'm just a firm believer, no matter how much you think you know a side piece, you may not totally know. Because a side piece can be down with you today. And when, as they say in the country, and Tanya always teases me about for being from Arkansas, but when the well run dry, them 4 flat tires got all kind of air of them. They ain't down with you more. They roll it on to the next person. So keep that in mind. All right. And as I end each and every live stream on the Points Blank Network, man, my last words is shoot for the moon. If you don't make it, you'll be amongst the stars. I can guarantee you. Stay tuned because I got some heat once I get settled with this whole moving thing. I got seriously, y'all, about 25 videos that's going to be. And I might be at a pool, I might be at a donut shop, I might be in the candy aisle at Walmart. You never know. Could be a short, could be a video, but I'm about to bring it like probably like never before. So
okay.
and Trap, the last thing Trap said, being a side piece would have you on the sideline, broke, cross-eyed, and crazy. Amen. 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 Trap also said, but your wife, buy your wife a blue wig and a two-dressing car. Only Trap, y'all.
Oh my gosh.
Only Trap, y'all.
But guess what, Trap? That's true. That's true. Exactly.
And they got them.
Flip it up, look like a whole new woman.
They got them. If you that bad, I'll just get one of them AI pictures and put it over the bed or something. I don't know, look up at it or something. Do something, man. Don't, most importantly though, at the end of the day, don't hurt nobody. Because that's it. Don't do anything to anyone that you don't want done to you. That's the best advice I can leave everybody with. I don't have any music. All I can say is we will be dropping channel memberships on. I just checked. It hasn't went live on the Points Blank Experience. And with that, I'm going to be showing y'all a lot of the crazy stuff. I don't care if I got to get somebody I don't even know to record it. I've seen ducks. I've been attacked by pit bulls. And now I'm going to bring that to the world and let y'all see in the world through Rod's eyes the stuff that be happening to me live and living color, baby. So with that being said, Peace, Trap, Big Merch say y'all should have a discussion about if you think marriage still holds the same weight in this new age relationships. Folks just like to Netflix and chill nowadays. Yeah. Well, on Netflix, don't think that with you. I ain't got Netflix, so it'd be Tubi and chill.
It'd be what?
It'd be Tubi and chill. I ain't Netflix called money, man. Mm-mm. But he right, though. And I like that. We'll look at that, Big Merc. Tanya is in charge of the topics. I come up with one out of every 5. I'm just in charge of the definition. No, nobody's in charge, but she come up with the great topics, and I usually squeeze one in. But next week, AI, y'all think about it. Will AI replace us? Will AI replace wives, husbands, employees? Tap in next week. All right, Tanya, we out of here.
See
Much love, y'all. Peace. We'll holler at y'all later. Y'all have a good one, man.